Deep within the expansive bounds of Wrangell-St. Elias National Park and Preserve lies the raw, untamed splendor of Alaska's wilderness. This majestic landscape is awe-inspiring and formidable, a powerful reminder of the delicate balance between human endeavor and nature's might. The park has been the setting for numerous tales that highlight this delicate interplay, from the enigmatic disappearance of a passionate young filmmaker to the tragic ends met by revered wildlife experts and intrepid mountaineers. As investigations unravel, questions linger, and communities mourn. These tales serve as reminders or even warnings of the risks that accompany the pursuit of adventure in the majestic yet treacherous expanse of the last frontier. Story 1. It was supposed to be an exciting pack rafting adventure for Aidan Don, but this trip would lead to a devastating tragedy claiming the life of a young filmmaker. The mysterious death of 22-year-old Austrian filmmaker Aidan Don in a pack rafting accident in Alaska's Wrangell-St. Elias National Park and Preserve has raised troubling questions 4 years after the tragic incident. Don, an aspiring documentarian, had been participating in Project Overland, a Red Bull-sponsored expedition to fly a small plane from Alaska's northernmost point to the southernmost tip of South America. However, after Red Bull scaled back funding, Don worked at the Fly Alaska Lodge, a remote wilderness outpost within the national park boundaries. Pack rafting, the practice of using inflatable rafts to navigate remote rivers and waterways, had become a passion for Don. The lightweight portable boats allowed adventurers to access areas that would otherwise be inaccessible. For the young Austrian, it presented the perfect blend of adrenaline and exploration. On August 2, 2018, Don and a Swiss companion, a novice pack rafter, were dropped off by plane near Nizina Glacier. They planned to float to the Fly Alaska Lodge, 30 miles down the Nizina River. However, the trip quickly took a tragic turn. Approximately 3 miles downriver, the two pack rafters separated by over 100 yards. The Swiss national reported seeing Don's capsized raft but could not locate his companion. He beached his raft on an island and made a satellite phone call for emergency assistance. Aerial searchers found Don's body 4 miles further downstream, near the mile-high cliffs. Due to the remote and inaccessible location, it took park rangers until the following day to recover the body, with the help of a helicopter from Denali National Park. The investigation into Don's death has been shrouded in mystery. Documents obtained through the Freedom of Information Act request paint a puzzling picture. The Swiss national accompanying Don claimed that he could not remember whether they had discussed or were wearing life jackets, even though Don's body was found without one. Further complicating the matter, the documents suggest that the owner of the Fly Alaska Lodge, Philip Sturm, may have had a hand in outfitting the ill-fated trip. Sturm allowed Don to stay at the lodge and use its equipment in exchange for producing promotional videos. The documents indicate Sturm may have advised the Swiss national to lawyer up before speaking to park investigators. An unnamed flight instructor who admitted to providing the pack rafting gear also seemed to have extensive knowledge of the equipment, raising questions about his involvement. The Park Service official who released the report said they didn't know if the autopsy was ever conducted to determine the cause of Don's death, leaving open the possibility of drowning, a blow to the head, or hypothermia. Theories of foul play have swirled around the case, with some speculating that Don's death may have been connected to his work on the Red Bull-sponsored Project Overland expedition. However, the heavily redacted documents offer few concrete answers. Don's family has expressed deep concern over the lack of transparency and the strained relationship between the Park Service and those involved in the incident. His mother described him as an average swimmer, while his brother noted his experience as a windsurfer and sailor who usually wore a life jacket. For years after the tragedy, the circumstances surrounding Aidan Don's untimely death remained shrouded in mystery, leaving his family and the wider community searching for answers and closure. The unanswered questions surrounding this case continue to fuel speculation and concern as the true story behind the young filmmaker's tragic demise. Story 2. In a tragic turn of events, a California man has died after falling into a crevasse while crossing the Klutlan Glacier in the Wrangell Mountains of Alaska. Will Hurst, 56, was an experienced mountain climber from Castro Valley who loved challenging himself in some of the most rugged terrain in North America. The Wrangell Mountains, particularly the Klutlan Glacier, have long attracted adventurous climbers worldwide. Rising to heights over 16,000 feet, the glacier-covered peaks offer a thrilling, if dangerous, testing ground for the most skilled mountaineers. The unpredictable weather, treacherous crevasses, and sheer vertical faces make every expedition an actual test of endurance and skill. On May 17, 2006, Hurst was part of a group of 4, 2 climbers and 2 guides from St. Elias Alpine Guides, traversing the Klutlan Glacier near the base of Mount Bona. The party was roped together, with Hurst leading when tragedy struck. According to the National Park Service report, Hurst was crossing a snow bridge when it suddenly fell beneath him. He fell approximately 20 feet into the crevasse below. Behind Hurst, the guides, including Eli Potter, watched in horror as their companion disappeared into the icy depths. According to the reports gathered from his climbing group, Hurst caught himself at first, but then the snow bridge gave way and he fell about 20 feet. Tragically, the fall proved fatal. According to the autopsy done by Deputy Medical Examiner Stephen Erickson, Hurst died from positional asphyxia, meaning Hurst couldn't breathe due to the position of his body. Hurst's body was wedged in a way where he couldn't inhale or exhale, and because of this, he quickly suffocated. Hurst was found upright in the crevasse, with his backpack compressing his head downward. Despite the windy conditions, officials determined that the weather was not a factor in the accident, which was the first climbing fatality in the Wrangell Mountains that year. After Hurst's fall, the remaining climbers immediately contacted the Alaska National Guard Rescue Coordination Center by satellite phone. Pilot Paul Klaus, who had flown the group to the remote glacier, quickly returned to the scene with a doctor, who happened to be staying at Klaus's nearby lodge. Tragically, the doctor pronounced Hurst dead at the scene after attempting to revive him. The Park Service report noted that this was not the first such tragedy in the Wrangell Mountains, stating that they have regretfully been having about 1 or 2 fatalities a year in the park. In the days following the accident, investigators worked to piece together the events leading up to Hurst's death. While the snow bridge collapse was deemed the primary cause, officials noted that the group had been roped together, with Hurst in the lead. This standard safety precaution likely prevented the other climbers from falling into the crevasse. The loss of Will Hurst has devastated his family and community in Castro Valley, California. The unforgiving nature of the Wrangell Mountains ultimately undid his passion for scaling the highest peaks. As the climbing community mourns this latest tragedy, the lesson remains clear. The mountains demand the utmost respect, preparation, and caution from all who seek to conquer their breathtaking but perilous heights. Story 3. The vast wilderness of Wrangell-St. Elias National Park and Preserve has long captivated the hearts of adventurers and outdoor enthusiasts worldwide. However, this expansive and unforgiving terrain has also proven to be a formidable challenge, as evidenced by the recent conclusion of a search and rescue operation that has gripped the nation. In August 2017, 34-year-old hiker Nick Larson, an Alaska Marine Highway System employee originally from Oregon, was last seen in the town of McCarthy, located within the boundaries of Wrangell-St. Elias National Park and Preserve. Described as having brown hair, hazel eyes, and a distinctive brightly colored sleeve tattoo covering his right arm from shoulder to wrist, Larson's disappearance set off a frantic search operation that would span several years. The search for Larson was arduous and relentless, as park rangers and search teams were tasked with navigating the vast expanse of this rugged and unforgiving terrain. For days, they scoured dense spruce forests, navigated treacherous glacial rivers, and traversed the craggy peaks of the Wrangell Mountains, all in a desperate attempt to uncover any trace of the missing hiker. Despite their tireless efforts, the search teams faced numerous challenges locating Larsen. The sheer size of the park, which encompasses 13 million acres of untamed wilderness, made finding a single individual akin to searching for a needle in a haystack. The rugged and often impassable terrain further compounded the difficulties, as search teams were forced to contend with treacherous conditions and the ever-present threat of unpredictable weather. When the search was at an impasse, a crucial lead emerged that breathed new life into the operation. Larsen's backpack was discovered along the banks of the Nazina River, providing a critical clue that helped to focus the search efforts on a 15-mile stretch along the river's course. It was here, after years of relentless searching, that the body believed to be that of Nick Larsen was finally located by search and rescue personnel. The discovery of Larsen's body brought a sad conclusion to a search that had captivated the attention of the nation. While the exact circumstances surrounding his disappearance and demise remain unclear, authorities are committed to conducting a thorough investigation to uncover the truth and provide closure to Larsen's loved ones. The tragic fate of Nick Larsen serves as a sobering reminder of the inherent risks associated with venturing into the remote and unforgiving wilderness of Wrangell-St. Elias National Park and Preserve. Yet his adventurous spirit and love for the outdoors have inspired a lasting legacy that will continue to capture the hearts and imaginations of those seeking to explore this remarkable natural wonder's vast and awe-inspiring beauty. In the wake of this tragedy, the community mourns the loss of a beloved son, friend, and adventurer. As they grapple with the grief of his passing, they find solace in the memories of his vibrant spirit and unwavering passion for life. Story 4. On June 27, 2018, a sad cloud descended upon the serene expanse of Wrangell-St. Elias National Park and Preserve, as the wilderness claims the lives of two beloved wildlife professionals in a harrowing turn of events. Rochelle Rankin and Michael Huffman, both cherished friends and respected colleagues, tragically lost their lives in an unexpected accident while on a hiking trip near the imposing Sanford Glacier on June 22, 2018. This heartbreaking incident has profoundly impacted the conservation community, stirring a wave of sorrow among their families, friends, and fellow professionals. The sudden departure of these two esteemed figures has left many struggling to come to terms with the immense void their absence has created. Rochelle Rankin, a revered research scientist and division chief, dedicated her 28-year career to conservation. Her contributions were as vast as the wilderness she so dearly loved, with her work on the groundbreaking Missouri Ozark Forest Ecosystem Project standing as a testament to her unwavering commitment to understanding and preserving the natural world. Beyond her professional achievements, Rankin shared a bond with Michael Huffman that went far beyond simple collaboration. Their connection evolved into a profound and lasting friendship that stood resilient against the challenges and changes of time. Huffman, a gentle soul with a profound reverence for the natural world, had seamlessly integrated into Rankin's life, becoming a cherished part of her family during the tumultuous post-divorce period. Their shared love for nature and mutual admiration for the indomitable spirit of explorers such as Lewis and Clark formed the bedrock of their relationship, binding them together in a bond forged amidst the wild beauty of Wrangell-St. Elias National Park and Preserve. The tragic events unfolded when Rankin and Huffman failed to make their scheduled check-in calls and missed their pickup time on June 27th. Alarm bells were immediately raised, prompting a comprehensive search and rescue operation involving 27 individuals and a fleet of 5 aircraft. The urgency of the mission was compounded by the realization that the duo had last been spotted on June 22nd, when they were dropped off to embark on what was meant to be a routine hike amidst the breathtaking grandeur of Wrangell-St. Elias. As the search progressed, clues emerged, painting a harrowing picture of Rankin and Huffman's ordeal. Footprints discovered along the banks of the Sanford River, near the icy grip of the Sanford Glacier, offered the first glimpse into their tragic journey. The discovery of their scattered gear and backpacks along a 7-mile riverbank further corroborated the hypothesis that the intrepid duo had attempted to navigate the treacherous waters near the glacier's toe, only to be swept away by the relentless current. The evidence gathered by the diligent search teams painted a stark and sad picture. Rankin and Huffman, undeterred by the formidable force of nature, had seemingly succumbed to the unyielding power of the elements, their valiant efforts to overcome the challenges of the Sanford River ultimately proving futile. The lone discovery of a solitary boot was a haunting reminder of the arduous journey that had unfolded amidst the glacier's icy embrace. It wasn't until the first day of July that the lifeless bodies of Rankin and Huffman were spotted amidst the vast expanse of wilderness. With heavy hearts, the recovery efforts were swiftly set into motion. On the second day of July, the remains were reverently retrieved from the untamed wilderness they had ventured into, their lives tragically cut short. The tragic loss of Rankin and Huffman has reverberated far beyond the boundaries of the park, casting a pall over the lives of those who knew and admired them. For their loved ones, happiness was found in the simple pleasures of life, shared in the company of one another, hiking amidst the majestic peaks of Wrangell-St. Elias, cheering on their favorite sports teams, or simply reading together in quiet moments of solace. As the Wrangell-St. Elias National Park and Preserve mourn the untimely passing of these two esteemed individuals, the conservation community and the nation are left to grapple with the profound sense of loss. Rankin and Huffman's legacy, however, will endure, as will their dedication to the natural world, and their unwavering bond as an inspiration to all who cherish the untamed beauty of our national parks and the caretakers who safeguard them. Story 5. The academic community of Miami University is in mourning following the tragic passing of Professor David Schreider on June 25, 2021. Schreider, a beloved educator whose impact transcended the classroom, died while on a climbing expedition in Wrangell-St. Elias National Park. His untimely demise has left an indelible mark on the university and those who knew him. Schreider was widely recognized for his exceptional contributions to Miami University. In 2020, he was named the Outstanding Professor by the Miami University Associated Student Government, a testament to his unwavering dedication to academic excellence and remarkable ability to inspire and motivate students. However, Schreider's legacy extended far beyond his professional accolades, as he continued a family tradition established decades earlier by his father, Richard G. Schreider. Richard Schreider, a respected figure in Miami's sporting realm, had left a lasting legacy as the former athletic director and men's basketball coach. This foundation laid the groundwork for David Schreider's distinguished career as he forged his path with the same integrity, passion, and commitment to excellence that had defined his esteemed father. In addition to his profound impact within the academic sphere, Schreider was fondly remembered as an avid traveler. His insatiable curiosity and thirst for adventure took him to far-flung corners of the globe, where he immersed himself in the vibrant tapestry of foreign cultures and explored the majestic peaks of distant mountains. Schreider's wanderlust was a testament to his lifelong pursuit of exploration and discovery, endearing him to all who had the privilege of accompanying him on his journeys. Tragically, Schreider's life was cut short during a climbing expedition to conquer the imposing summit of Donahoe Peak in Wrangell-St. Elias National Park. Accompanied by his son and 4 other friends and family members, Schreider tackled the challenging ascent, seeking solace and serenity amidst the awe-inspiring majesty of nature's grandeur. However, disaster struck during the arduous climb. It wasn't an easy climb, as everyone struggled to scale the rugged terrain slopes. According to a family member in the group, Schreider asked for help as he paused to catch his breath. Without warning, he lost his footing and tumbled down the steep slope. a fall that would ultimately claim his life. The impact of Schreider's body to the ground was punctuated by a resounding thud, alarming everyone who witnessed the horrific fall. The group immediately went into a frantic attempt to get to Schreider. Despite the valiant efforts of a group member who rushed to Schreider's aid, the image of Schreider sprawled and lifeless on the rocky terrain seems to paint a grim picture of the victim's chances of surviving the fall. Schreider's son, witnessing the heart-wrenching scene, urgently called emergency services, initiating a frantic race against time to save his father's life. The subsequent recovery effort, led by the park's dedicated search and rescue team and an Alaska State Trooper, was a testament to the unwavering commitment of those tasked with preserving the safety and well-being of visitors to Wrangell-St. Elias National Park. However, despite their best efforts, it was too late to save Schreider from the grievous injuries he sustained from the fall. His lifeless body was recovered the following afternoon, a sad reminder of the inherent risks associated with venturing into the untamed wilderness. News of Schreider's untimely passing reverberated throughout Miami University, drawing an outpouring of grief and appreciation from the community he had touched so deeply. Described as energetic, creative, and quick to smile, Schreider's vibrant personality and infectious enthusiasm endeared him to all who knew him, cementing his status as one of the university's most beloved educators. As the Miami University community grapples with losing one of its brightest stars, Professor David Schreider's memories remind us of the profound impact of a life lived with passion, purpose, and unwavering dedication to pursuing knowledge and adventure. Though his physical presence may be gone, his spirit lives on in the hearts of those who cherished him, a beacon of light amidst the darkness of loss and grief.